Hey everyone, it's CL. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, which means it's officially 2016, the start of a whole new year. And I do want to give a quick disclaimer about the lighting. It is 4:30 around when I'm filming this, and anyone who lives on the East Coast will know that around 4:30, 5 o'clock, it gets really dark, and I'm talking about I Am Legend, zombies come out at night kind of darkness, and it's kind of weird that it gets dark so early, but what can you do? For the most part, I have mapped out most of my goals, which I hope to achieve for 2016, but I do want to share with you today a handful of goals that's really important to me, which are my writing goals. I am someone who aspires to make writing my career. So far, I'm still working at my normal, regular day job, but I'm hoping that eventually one day I can make a full transition. So my first goal for writing for 2016 is to write more. And I know it sounds like a no-brainer, but the more you write, the easier it becomes. I'm aware of this, but sometimes I tend to lose sight of that. So I know for myself that when I hit a dry spell in writing, when I work on a project, my words tend to come out very choppy and not as free-flowing. And I notice that I hit writer's block more often when I hit those dry spells in writing. So my goal is to write something every day. And this kind of goes along with goal number 2 that I have set out for myself, is that I want to issue myself to write at least a minimum of through 1,000 hours, which is about 3 hours a day. Because if I want to transition to writing as my career, I really need to up my game. Because even people who make writing their careers, they write a lot more than 3 hours a day. But I'm just taking, as far as setting my goal, I want to set a realistic goal of at least a minimum of 1,000 hours. So to help me with goal number 1 and goal number 2, I have this box here, and inside are all these little slips of paper. There are 365 slips of paper, which are writing prompts. I did not create these writing prompts by myself. I actually went to a website and printed them out. I can't remember the website off the top of my head, but after I film this video, I will go look for it, and I will leave a link to the website down below in the description box. So I'll go ahead and give you an idea. Ideally, I would like to choose from this box and write a little something once a day. So let me just go ahead and pick out one of the slips of paper to give you an idea of what kind of prompts they give you. So this one says, chalkboard. Imagine you are in a classroom. What does it say on the chalkboard? So I will take that prompt and kind of write like maybe a short story or a paragraph, or just to get writing in general. And what I really like about prompts is that it pushes you to write about things you wouldn't typically write about. So it forces you to feel uncomfortable, but still being able to find those words to create a story. And so yeah, I really like that. And yeah, so hopefully in 2016, these writing prompts will be of great help to me. And actually today, since today is January 1st, I have already written an hour, and I pulled the prompt out of the box. So my prompt for today was to write a funny poem. So I'm attempting to write a funny poem. I suck at poetry, but that's the point, is to get better at writing by feeling uncomfortable. So yes. So my next goal for 2016 is to query more for paid work. And if you're not familiar with the querying process, what you do when you're a freelance writer is that you have to pitch an article idea to an editor to see if they are interested. And if they're interested, they will go ahead and say yes and assign you a deadline, a word count and all that. And then you would go proceed and write your article to be published. But for me, in 2015, my querying was very sporadic. Like 1 month I'd be really on fire and I'd be querying left and right. But then as the year went on, it started to taper off to where I was only querying like one editor here, one editor there. And those who are familiar with the process know that it can kind of be a long process. They might not get back to you right away. And if they don't get back to you, you have to follow up, or you have to pitch that idea to someone else. So for 2016, I want to be more consistent in that. And I know that the more places I query, the better my hit rate will be as far as someone accepting it and allowing me to write that piece of work. And my next goal is to make progress on the novel that I'm working on. I'm very specific with how I worded that because I don't expect myself to complete it. I just want to make progress. So I'm a lot further along than I am now. So I have had this story idea, full-length novel idea in mind for 2 years. And for 2 years, all that I have accomplished is writing an outline and chapter 1. The best way I can explain why that's the case is some people might understand this, especially if you write fan fiction, and even maybe if you follow fan fiction. But you know, when you write a fan fiction story, and mind you, fan fiction stories aren't that as long as a novel, but the point is that when you have someone that follows your story, there's that added pressure that someone is waiting. So even though you don't feel like writing, you still write so you can produce that content that people are waiting for. You make sure that you push through the writer's block and get something down because people are relying on you. People want to know how the story ends. But when you write something for yourself like a novel, it's hard because it's easier to make excuses that, oh, if I don't finish it this month, then next month I'll get to it. And then the next month comes and you haven't made much progress. There's no one really there waiting on you. There's no one there pushing you. And mind you, you should be pushing yourself. So this is what I was thinking just the other day, is that I was like, you know what? Well, I am waiting for me. So come on, CL, buckle down and get this done. And my last goal as far as writing is to be more organized. I kind of am not good with maintaining the things that I work on. Like, I save everything on my computer, but I have like a million different folders, it feels like. So I'm trying to find a system that really works, and be more organized as far as knowing where I save things, mainly whether I printed it hard copy or whether I saved it on a disk or a external drive. So yeah, getting organized that way, and also just getting my desk organized. I feel kind of terrible about it, but I'm the type of person that will buy like a pack of pens every 6 months, and every 6 months I lose every single pen. When I move out of this place, I'm gonna find like a million pens just laying around. So when I move out, I'll probably have like this huge Ziploc bag of pens, but for the time being, I can only find like 3. So those are all the goals that I have set out for myself as far as writing for 2016. So if you are a writer, please leave me a link to your channel. I'm trying to find more channels with aspiring writers or even established writers, just to know it makes things easier when you're not so alone and there are other people who are kind of in the same boat, and maybe we can encourage each other as far as writing goes. So yes, thank you all for watching today. The sun is quickly going down. I'm going to try to film my December wrap-up videos, so please stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.